Here is the simple rule for Europe. If a card machine asks whether you want to pay in US dollars or the local currency, do not automatically pick dollars. That little button can quietly make your trip more expensive. It feels safe because you recognize the number. You are standing in Paris, Rome, Barcelona, Amsterdam, or Prague. The screen shows euros on one side and dollars on the other, and your brain says, choose the one you understand. But that is exactly why this trap works. When a store, restaurant, hotel, or ATM offers to convert your purchase into dollars right there, that is called dynamic currency conversion, or DCC. It sounds like a helpful service, but in many cases, it gives the merchant, payment processor, or ATM operator control over the exchange rate instead of letting your card network and bank handle it later. The result is often a worse rate, extra conversion costs, or both. So the first thing to understand is this. Seeing the price in dollars does not mean you are getting a better deal. It only means someone has already converted the price for you, and that conversion may be expensive. Imagine you are buying dinner in Italy and the bill is 50 euros. The terminal asks, pay 50 euros or pay in US dollars. If you choose euros, your card network and bank process the charge, then your statement later shows the converted dollar amount. If you choose dollars, the conversion happens at the point of sale, using the rate offered by that merchant or payment processor. That dollar amount may look final and convenient, but the exchange rate can be worse than what your card would have used. The difference might be a few dollars on dinner, a few dollars on a museum ticket, a few dollars at a clothing store, and a few dollars at the hotel. One time does not feel serious. 10 or 20 times across a trip starts to matter. This is why the simplest travel money rule is usually pay in the local currency. In France, choose euros. In Italy, choose euros. In Spain, choose euros. In Switzerland, choose Swiss francs. In the United Kingdom, choose pounds. Do not let the machine scare you into picking dollars just because it feels familiar. Familiar does not mean cheaper. Another important point is that a no foreign transaction fee credit card does not automatically protect you from dynamic currency conversion. This is where many travelers get confused. They think, I have a travel card, so I am safe. But there are two separate issues. A foreign transaction fee is charged by your card issuer when you make a purchase outside your home country or in a foreign currency, depending on your card terms. Dynamic currency conversion is the merchant, or ATM, offering to convert the transaction into your home currency before it reaches your card network. So even if your credit card has no foreign transaction fee, choosing dollars can still give you a poor exchange rate. The card can be good, and the button choice can still be bad. Your travel card is only doing its job if you let it process the transaction in the local currency. This same trap also appears at ATMs. You insert your debit card, request cash, and the ATM asks if you want to accept a guaranteed conversion rate. It may say something like, accept conversion, lock-in rate, continue in dollars, or proceed with guaranteed exchange. That language is designed to sound safe, but safe-looking words can be expensive. In many cases, you want to decline the ATM conversion and continue in the local currency. That does not mean you are canceling the cash withdrawal. It means you are refusing the ATM operator's exchange rate and letting your own bank or card network handle the conversion. The wording can be confusing, so slow down and read every screen. If the ATM gives you a choice between being charged in dollars or being charged in euros, choose the local currency. If it asks whether you want the ATM to do the conversion, decline the conversion. This one habit can save you money over and over again. The next mistake is assuming the cashier knows what is best for you. Sometimes a server or hotel clerk may point to the dollar amount and say, "This is easier," or "This is better because you know the final price." They may not be trying to trick you, they may simply be trained to offer it, or the machine may default to it. But you are the traveler paying the bill, so you need to choose carefully. If the terminal is handed to you, look for the currency before you tap, insert, or sign. If the receipt shows two totals, make sure the local currency is the one selected. If a receipt only shows dollars and you never had the option to choose, ask politely if the transaction can be run again in the local currency. Do this calmly. You do not need to argue, you just need to be aware. The most dangerous moment is when you are tired, hungry, rushed, and embarrassed to slow the line down. That is when travelers accept whatever is on the screen. Do not rush money decisions just because a machine is awkward. Take 3 seconds and check the currency. Another thing to remember is that dynamic currency conversion is not limited to Europe. You can see it in many countries around the world, online, at hotels, at airport kiosks, and at ATMs. But Europe is where many American tourists first notice it because card payments are so common and international visitors are everywhere. That is why this topic matters. You may use your card for coffee, trains, restaurants, museums, luggage storage, hotels, taxis, and shopping. If every transaction gives you a worse exchange rate, your trip quietly gets more expensive. You might spend months collecting points to save money on flights, then give part of that savings back through bad currency choices. That is not smart travel hacking. Travel hacking is not only about earning points, it is also about not leaking money after you arrive. Now, does this mean paying in dollars is illegal or always some criminal scam? No. It is usually presented as an optional service. Some travelers like seeing the amount in their home currency right away, but convenience has a price, and the price is often not worth it. The better beginner strategy is to know the rule before the screen appears. When the machine asks local currency or dollars, choose local currency. When the ATM asks to convert for you, decline conversion. When a hotel offers to charge your card in dollars, ask for the local currency. When an online travel site shows converted prices, check whether you can view and pay in the original local currency. This is not complicated once you recognize the pattern. The hard part is not the math. The hard part is trusting the rule when the screen makes dollars look safer. Before your trip, do a simple card check. First, make sure your main travel credit card has no foreign transaction fee. Second, make sure you know which debit card you will use for ATM withdrawals. Third, check whether your bank charges international ATM fees. Fourth, bring a backup card and keep it separate from your main wallet. Fifth, learn the basic currency names for the countries you will visit: Euro, Pound, Franc, Koruna, Zloty. You do not need to become a currency expert. You just need to recognize what the local currency should look like when the machine asks. If you are in the Eurozone and the screen asks USD or EUR, EUR is the local currency. If you are in London and it asks USD or GBP, GBP is the local currency. The more familiar you are before the trip, the less likely you are to choose the wrong option under pressure. Also, do not judge the choice by the emotional comfort of the number. A dollar amount feels clear because you know dollars, but clarity is not the same as value. The question is not, which number do I understand faster? The question is, who gets to set the exchange rate? If the merchant or ATM operator sets the rate, that convenience may cost you. If your card network handles the conversion from the local currency, the rate is often better, though your bank may still add a fee depending on your card. That is why the best combination is a no foreign transaction fee card plus local currency payments. One without the other is incomplete. A no-fee card with DCC can still be costly. A local currency choice with a bad card can still create fees. You want both pieces working together. Here is the practical script you can remember at every payment terminal. I want to pay in local currency. That is it. If the screen asks you to choose, pick the local currency. If a cashier asks, say, local currency, please. If the ATM offers a guaranteed conversion, say no and continue without conversion. If the receipt looks wrong, pause before signing. These small actions are not dramatic, but they protect your travel budget, and that is the point. Europe is already expensive enough. Flights, hotels, trains, food, museums, and tours can add up quickly. You do not need to donate extra money to bad exchange rates just because a machine offered a familiar currency. The next time you are in Europe and the card terminal asks whether you want to pay in dollars, remember this. The dollar button is not a safety button. It is often a convenience button, and convenience can be expensive. Choose the local currency, use the right card, avoid unnecessary conversion, and keep more of your money for the trip you actually came to enjoy.